Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emilia and today I am planting a few roses. I have ground cover roses, climbing roses. Right now it's quite cloudy, like mild weather. I just had a little nap. I've been really tired from the last couple of days. We've had a huge project here behind the scenes that I'm not going to share quite yet because that's going to be the next video. So these are the roses I have here. This is the climbing rose. It's called New Dawn. This is a very versatile rose, because it can handle sun to shade. And then here I have a ground cover rose called Millie Winter Jewel. So it looks like a honey rose. It's really beautiful. It's just white with a yellow center, very delicate. And then two of the same ground cover rose called the Fairy. I already have this one, and I also have Swanee, but they didn't have Swanee this time, so that's why I chose this one. It's also white, so this mix will be really pretty. I am going to plant them in the same place. I just needed to buy some more. So let's do that. So this is the area I will be working with today. As you can see, I have the roses here. They are covered with weeds, and I'm going to remove this plastic fabric here before I plant out the other roses. I'm going to trim back any weeds, and then I'm gonna lay down bark. I am going to remove this because we also have snails and slugs. It's not snails but slugs that I don't want in the garden, so I just want to eliminate any kind of hiding place for them. So I'm gonna remove it, and then I have bought a few bags of bark that I can lay down pretty thick. So here on this side here I have the rose Swanee. I'm gonna show a close-up soon, but it has like a little dust of pink, but it's mostly white. Like once they've bloomed they are white, but in the beginning they're a little bit dusty pink. That's the Fairy, that's Swanee. So I have Swanee here, which I consider kind of white, but it has a little bit pink. Since that's right here, I think I'm gonna do the white, pink, and then I'm gonna do pink, white, pink. So they will cross together like this, and that's kind of what I wanted. So I will have about, I think it's from center to center here, it's about 50 centimeters, so half a meter. And I'm gonna keep that distance in between these three. On this side here and this side here, we're gonna plant a more low-growing, bushy type of winter green. I don't know what. So it's gonna add that winter interest. And then we have the roses here blooming in the summer. And then here I'm gonna make a border of lavender. And then we'll see. I don't know if you can see that, but my cat is eating grass. Ooh, a really big spider. Oh, that's something else that we have a lot here. Spiders. So it certainly killed everything, all the grass and weeds that were below here, and that was the main purpose. So I'm actually just going to rake the bark that's underneath the roses here on top here, since that's, I mean, I will have bark here anyway, so. It's extremely hot and humid. But right now I planted them 3 right here. And these are still very young. I had to cut them all the way down to the base this spring. They will grow from a half a meter to a meter in width, and then maybe half a meter to 80 centimeters in height. So we still need to finish the stone retainer wall, I think it's called, adding a few more stones. So here I'm gonna add the bark now for weed control. It's so fresh looking. I mean, the roses got a little bit dirty, but that's fine. The rain is gonna take care of that probably. I did also level out this area a little bit because it's sloping just a tiny bit. So I raised it up, leveled everything out so that there's no water collecting, drowning these new roses, because I have mentioned in my videos, but if you're new here, you don't know, we have a really heavy clay soil, so we always have to mix in fresh soil with whatever we're planting and watch out for water damage. But I think 1 bag is enough for now. If I see any sort of weeds popping up, I might add some more. But oof, really big spider. But I also want to save. Oh, it's like crawling on me. I also want to save the bark for other areas. I have plans for this blueberry road that we have here, and by my arborvitaes, and along here eventually. So yeah, that's a little happy square. Where did that spider go? It's really big. It's called a grass spider. They are harmless but disgusting. Ooh, I might actually use this last bag of mulch. I don't want the weeds growing back. Oh, it looks so fresh, so nice. I just wish I could do this whole area at once. As I mentioned, we'll have that, I think it's a creeping juniper. I'm gonna have to look it up, what it's called, but it's gonna be planted right there by that bag. And one right here. Here I have a temporary compost. It's not gonna be looking like that for much longer. I'm gonna plant a tree here. It's gonna have like a bench around it. And then these are gonna grow out about halfway of this width here. And in the border right here, I'm gonna plant like really big and bushy lavender. So this will be gravel path to the tree and stuff like that. So yeah, I can really see it come along. I feel really satisfied with the roses. Let me pull down the exposure so you can see how fresh it's looking. So right here we have the fairy. This is the fairy, that's the fairy. This is the Swanee, and then that I think it was called Millie Winter Jewel, something like that. This one grows the biggest, that's why I planted it in the middle. So these mingling together, growing all kinds of ways, will look so beautiful, along with the lavender, and then that brick wall here. We're gonna stone wall, and then add some creeping thyme or something going cascading down. And then here we have plans to kind of keep it like a mulched strip, so there will be no grass, no plants, just the blueberries. And so the blueberries will be green and beautiful, and underneath will be this dark kind of mulch. I think this area will be so pretty. There's a sneak peek of my next project coming up. So subscribe if you want to see that, and also how this will evolve and look in the future. So yeah, stay tuned. So this right here is the place I'm thinking for the climbing rose. But I need to clear out this area first. So there's this wintergreen ground cover here. I am worrying it will smother my rose here. But it's just way too much to even pull out. So I'm gonna try to dig out as much as possible. I feel like the roots are quite shallow though. I think it will be fine, as long as it doesn't like climb up the rose. And I also know there is some sort of bricks underneath here at some places. We have not planted this bed here. It's from previous owners. Okay, so there is some sort of plastic borders, one of these like edging. That's good. I can use that actually. I am gonna redo this whole bed here. I have some irises growing in a couple of different places that I will be moving here. And I bought just a bunch of perennial seeds of like, this is my native wild cottage garden here. I will have mostly like native plants. I will also be planting a lot of bulbs here, like spring bulbs, like tulips and such, daffodils. So, yep, really big spider. Go away. So in case you forgot, I have the New Dawn climbing rose here. And there we go. And I'm making sure that it's leaning towards the house a little bit so that it can find what it needs to be growing up on. And then I'm just gonna take this soil here a little bit, mix that in with the old soil. I'm gonna create a little well around it so that the water can absorb really well and doesn't just run off like so. And that's it. Oh, it broke. I'm just gonna water it like this in this little well right here. And also right down in here. So the rose is going to climb up here, and we have this little, it's actually a flower container, and I think that will be a perfect place for the insect hotel, since there's already a nail right there. I don't want to get stung because I think they are stinging nettles. Oh, yeah, they are. It stung me through the gloves. Okay. That was, please don't sting me. There we go! Yay! It's really cute, actually. That looks really good. So now all of the pollinators that will be surrounding this future native perennial garden will have somewhere to overwinter. I'm probably gonna hang a few more. But yeah, so these are dyed back lilies. They are yellow in the beginning of the summer, and then it's just green foliage like this, and then we'll have this climbing beautiful pink rose here, and the blue / purple irises will be right here. Yeah, I just have so many plans for this little cottage here that I love so much. It's just so cute. Very cute with the insect hotel and the climbing rose here. Yeah, I'm satisfied. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Take care. Bye bye.